If you're skinny fat, should you bulk or cut? In this video, I'm going to explain to you why I think the solution is easier than you think. But first, what is a skinny fat physique? Because, to be honest, in my eyes, it might look something different to you. And does it even make sense to call someone skinny fat? Well, in my opinion, it doesn't. I don't think these two words match together. Either you are skinny or you are fat. Or if you're a little flower, call yourself obese or overweight. Well, in any case, you just have excess of fat. And I think that's it. I think this definition will solve most of the problem. Because if you call yourself skinny fat, that's where the real question of whether you should bulk or cut begins. But if you only call yourself skinny or fat, it solves the issue. With my idea of skinny fat out of the way, let's put it this way. Let's say there are three options actually. You are either skinny fat, which I don't agree that there really is a skinny fat type. The second option is you're skinny, and the third option is you're just overweight. So if you're skinny fat, this would typically mean that you have a normal body weight, a healthy BMI. Now, I would imagine a person skinny fat would have around 20% of body fat, which would look something like this. To be honest, in my eyes, you should definitely cut. Just do a small cut. Because here's the deal. Normally when you're skinny fat, it means you've never worked out before. So there is newbie gains to be made. And since there are newbie gains to be made, you can definitely build muscle while on the cut. So why not just use the first month of your lifting journey, doing a small cut, putting you at 15% body fat and still gaining muscle? If it's possible, why are we not taking advantage of that? So if I believed that there is this skinny fat idea, I would just say to do a cut most of the times, because skinny fat would mean you have a bit of excess fat. Now, if you're skinny, well, you should be lower than 20% of body fat. Definitely, a person who is skinny would be even under 15% body fat. And therefore, if you're skinny, I think the question is, should you try to gain more weight or at least maintain? Because obviously cutting wouldn't make any sense if you're this skinny. So again, defining skinny fat doesn't make sense. You're skinny or you're fat. So if you're skinny with a low body fat level, obviously, again, do a lean bulk phase, not going over 20% body fat. I would even argue that above 16, 17 doesn't make any more sense, and just start training harder than last time, like Greg Doucette says. Because there wouldn't be any point for you to do a cut, only bulking would make sense. Or if you want to do a small recomposition, stay in the maintenance level. And finally, if you're fat or you have excess weight, there shouldn't be any questions of whether you should be bulking or cutting. There will be a lot of health issues if you are with a high level of fat. So why are we putting ourselves with the worst health and thinking that maybe we should bulk to make it even worse? Doesn't make any sense. So again, if you have excess fat, just do a cut. Basically, to sum up, I think this idea of skinny fat shouldn't really exist. Most people are either skinny or fat, or they're just untrained. This idea of skinny fat actually just exists because people just simply don't lift weights. This happens because they don't have any muscle to begin with, and they have a bit of excess fat, which this excess fat should just be removed by doing a small cut. So overall, if you truly believe that there is a skinny fat look or a skinny fat physique, most likely you should do a cut. That is my take on skinny fat. All the people who consider themselves skinny fat should do a cut. Because most of the times we are looking at percentages of body fat higher than 15%. Much higher than 50% actually. If you are 15% or lower, either maintenance or bulking. But that I do not consider skinny fat. I just consider a healthy individual who doesn't have that much muscle to begin with. To sum up, recomposition, important. Cut if you have too much fat, but most importantly, build muscle. If you're a skinny fat person and you're just starting your fitness journey, take advantage of these newbie gains, because you can build muscle while on a cut if you're a beginner. So take advantage of that. And to finish off the video, if you consider yourself to be skinny fat, this means that you are probably struggling to stay fit. So check out this video where I tell you 5 things that I do every single day to stay in shape.